welcome to AUC TV. This is Yasmin Nabil. In yet another horrifying incident, an American 19-year-old killed 17 people last Wednesday in a mass shooting at a school in Florida. The deadly attack took place in Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shortly before the students were dismissed. Nicholas Cruz, the attacker, was fully prepared with a gas mask, smoke grenades, and several arms. Nepal's Prime Minister resigned on Thursday after losing polls to Communist Alliance. After 8 months in office, he made his resignation announcement following the final results of the November and December parliamentary elections. His party stood third behind two communist parties, expected to take over upon the seating of a new parliament by winning 23 seats out of a total of 165 seats. Nepal's Communist Party leader, Khadga Prasad Oli, is expected to take over again as the next Prime Minister of the country. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has just signed a memorandum of understanding with Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi on Wednesday. The memorandum gives Jordan almost $1.3 billion of economic and military aid annually for the period from 2018 to 2022. The agreement emphasizes the important role that Jordan plays in maintaining stability in the region.
The impact that the crisis in Syria has had on Jordan. We thank the government and the people of Jordan for receiving so many of those displaced by the conflict in Syria. We're dedicated to finding a way forward in Syria that will allow for the safe and voluntary return.
The agreement supports the cooperation between the two states in the economic and defense sectors. It will also inspire reform to mediate between the Syrian and Iraqi refugees in the Jordanian society. Jordan has been home for 1.3 million refugees from Syria and hundreds others from Iraq. Since the outbreak of the Syrian events, Jordan received almost $1.1 billion in assistance from the United States to support the refugees. Jordan is committed to taking economic and security measures to deal with the changing situation. Save the Children, an international charity, stated that 1 in 6 of the world's children are now living in conflict zones because of wars, and more than 350 million children are residing in areas impacted by war. The charity reported a highlighted case of a Yemeni young boy, Mu'taz, who lost his eyes and his left arm after picking up an explosive device that he wanted to sell as scrap materials.
حتى في وقتها كانوا يقول لهم فكوا على عيوني كانوا يقولوا ما قد يفكش علي هنا كانوا يقولوا لي ضايف الكهرب هنا وانا في الغرفه كانوا يقولوا ضايف الكهرب لو ما يولعوا اصبر لو ما يولعوا ضايف الكهرب.
Caroline Anning, Save the Children's senior conflict and humanitarian advocacy advisor, stated that wars are getting more protracted, more complicated, and lots of different armed groups impact large numbers of children. Save the Children, along with other agencies, are trying hard to protect all children and help them recover from all what they faced all over the world. And the kindergarten for giant pandas has now been opened in southwest China. The giant cubs are shy and fragile, but they get to be playful in the kindergarten's tall trees and large landscapes.
有点胆小，今天可能是对面在施工，所以说他可能有点惊吓，所以他就叫了很长时间，他可能才会下来。
The breeders pay a lot of attention to the panda cubs' needs like feeding, playing, and protection. In return, the cubs are very affectionate and grateful to their devoted caretakers.
他们有时候在很远的地方，比如说在相隔一段距离，他们听到我们的声音，听见我们说话，他们都会
The kindergarten offers a refuge for the rare species and is adamant to make sure the giant pandas are alive and well for a long time. The Chinese Lunar Year celebrations are held in China and in other countries. For example, the Chinese embassy in South Africa hosted a ceremony to celebrate the Chinese Lunar New Year and celebrate the 20th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations with South Africa at the Nelson Mandela Square. Chinese Ambassador Lin Songtian repeated the need for all South Africans to recognize the One China policy as Nelson Mandela did, mentioning that China helped South Africa in the fight against apartheid rule and was one of the first to establish diplomatic relations with a democratic South Africa after the fall of the apartheid. Since 2018 is the year of the dog in the lunar calendar, we can find dog feature pendants and paintings at the annual bustling fair in Hanoi. In Vietnam, dogs are known for their loyal and cute images.
Thì các cái hình thôi, các cái hình con chó thì con chó hình nam nữ ấy đấy, và cả lì xì thì lì xì hình con chó nữa, cho mà ngày Tết con chó.
The Confucius Institute at St. Joseph University in Lebanon marked the Spring Festival in a celebration attended by officials of Lebanon and China. Both sides conveyed the anticipation for wider cooperation and communication based on existing diplomatic achievements in the new year. With the beginning of the spring semester, the AUC community faces difficulties with its bus system. It has been a while since students have been complaining about the AUC bus system for several reasons. One main reason behind the complaints is the limited schedule available for each route. Students do also complain about the limited routes available, the thing that makes transportation to and from campus a hectic process for many of them.
I finish my class at 5 and the bus is 7:45. So I have to wait around 3 hours for the bus to go. The second thing is it's not flexible at the stops. If I'm the only one who's gonna go at a specific stop, he doesn't go, like, if I want to go further or earlier than the actual bus stop, it's not really that flexible, so I have to walk all the way till the place where my house is.
Despite the several complaints being delivered to the bus service office, no action is yet taken regarding the issue. Goodbye and thank you for watching.